some of the strongest people you know are silently struggling. They smile. They show up. They help others. They continue working. They continue praying. They continue carrying responsibilities. But deep inside, they are exhausted. Strong people often suffer quietly because the world has become used to them being okay. People depend on them. People expect them to handle everything. People assume they do not need help because they rarely complain. But the truth is, even strong people get tired. Sometimes the strongest person in the room is the one fighting the biggest emotional battle. Some people are emotionally exhausted from carrying too much for too long. Financial pressure, family problems, work stress, loneliness, disappointment, silent heartbreak, the pressure to keep going when your soul feels tired. And what makes it even harder is that many strong people do not know how to ask for help. They are used to being the helper, the encourager, the responsible one, the strong parent, the strong friend, the strong believer, the strong worker. So instead of opening up, they remain silent. They cry privately. They overthink at night. They smile in public while silently breaking inside. Sometimes people say things like, "You're so strong. You always handle everything. You'll be fine." But what if that strong person is actually overwhelmed? What if they are barely surviving emotionally? What if they are silently praying for strength every single day? The hidden pain of strong people is often ignored because they look functional on the outside. They still wake up, still go to work, still take care of others, still respond to messages, still attend church, still post encouraging things online. But internally, they are drained. Sometimes emotional exhaustion does not look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like feeling numb, losing motivation, constant tiredness, irritability, difficulty concentrating, or simply feeling emotionally empty. And sadly, many strong people feel guilty for being tired. They think, "I should handle this. I shouldn't feel this way." Others have bigger problems. But emotional pain is real. Mental exhaustion is real. Burnout is real. And needing rest does not make you weak. Even Jesus rested. Even strong people need support. Even strong people need someone who listens. Even strong people need kindness. The problem is that many people only check on those who visibly collapse. But some people are collapsing silently. There are people smiling every day while fighting depression. People encouraging others while secretly feeling hopeless. People posting positive messages while carrying heavy emotional pain. And because they continue functioning, nobody notices. Sometimes strong people become emotionally tired because they have spent years being everything for everyone else. Always giving, always fixing, always carrying, always sacrificing, but never truly resting. And eventually, the emotional weight becomes heavy. Very heavy. Sometimes people think rest is laziness, but rest is necessary. Healing is necessary. Slowing down is necessary. You cannot pour endlessly from an empty soul. You cannot continuously carry emotional pain without eventually feeling exhausted. Strong people also need safe spaces. Places where they can speak honestly. Places where they do not have to pretend everything is okay. One of the saddest things is when strong people feel alone in their suffering, especially because many people admire their strength, without realizing the cost of carrying that strength every day. Some people became strong because life forced them to survive difficult seasons, loss, poverty, trauma, disappointment, rejection, responsibility at a young age. And while that strength helped them survive, it also taught them to hide their pain. But healing begins when you stop pretending that you are okay all the time. Healing begins when you allow yourself to breathe, to rest, to pray honestly, to seek support, to admit, "I am tired." That is not weakness. That is honesty. There is nothing shameful about emotional exhaustion. You are human. And being human means you will sometimes feel overwhelmed. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 12:9, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." That means God does not only meet us in our strength, He also meets us in our weakness, in our exhaustion, in our tears, in our silent battles. Sometimes we think we must always appear strong before God. But God already sees the hidden pain. He sees the nights you cried quietly. He sees the pressure you carry. He sees the emotional exhaustion nobody else notices. And He cares. You do not have to carry life alone. You do not have to pretend forever. You do not have to suffer silently forever. There is healing. There is rest. There is hope. And there are still good days ahead of you. Maybe life has been heavy lately. Maybe you feel emotionally drained. Maybe you are tired of being the strong one. But please remember this. Strong people deserve support too. Strong people deserve kindness too. Strong people deserve healing too. And if nobody has told you lately, you matter. Your mental health matters. Your peace matters. Your healing matters. Take care of yourself. Rest when needed. Pray when overwhelmed. Speak when the burden becomes too heavy. And never believe the lie that asking for help makes you weak. Sometimes the strongest thing a person can do is admit they need support. You have survived difficult days before. And by God's grace, you will survive this season too. Do not lose hope. Your story is not over. Keep rising.